like it when you say this stuff is gonna be good. My favorite, the Hayukin. Of course I'm nerds. I hurt nerds. Hello. Person who embraces their intellect, who doesn't feel like they have to hide their intellect from the world, who, you know, is proud of their intellect and is not afraid to show it. My name is Jatia Taylor. I'm 31 years old. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I live in Chicago, Illinois now. I moved to Chicago after finishing my PhD at the University of Illinois in nuclear engineering. I left home at 15 and been on my own ever since. Chicago was like the first real city that I lived in. I love engineering, I love learning how things work, but I also really like helping people. And so nuclear non-proliferation and national security are actually allow me to use my engineering degree to help people. So what I do is I assess different nuclear technologies for their implications as they relate to weapons of mass destruction. At work, I'm really more so about trying to get people to help me. So not so much bossing people around, but collaborating is what I call it. Collaborating so that people help me to get things done. Work towards a common goal. Nowadays, I travel mostly for work. I travel to a lot of spots where they're not necessarily used to black people. So there's this funny story that my coworker says. We went to Tbilisi, Georgia, and I went there, and at the end, people wanted to take all these pictures with me because they had never seen a black person before. And so, of course, I'm jumping in, I'm taking pictures left and right, and so she makes this joke that they must have thought that I was Beyonce, and so they called me Beyonce for the rest of the trip. I'm not necessarily saying I look like Beyonce, but it was just funny stories. I don't mind it. So today we are at Millennium Park, which is one of my favorite places in Chicago. We're standing in front of Clouds Gate, which people in Chicago call the beam because of its beam-like shape. It's really cool to me as an engineer because it's made up of over 10,000 stainless steel sheets. And as you can see, it has this perfect welds where you can't see any of the seams. And that's pretty cool to me. It's not even just artistic, it's like a feat of engineering to me. So it's pretty awesome. Because, I mean, I guess I don't look like what a typical engineer would look like. But that's okay because I don't mind telling people who I am. I'm very proud of who I am. So that's all right. You can mistake me for the administrative assistant. I'll let you know. This book here, you know, some people say that they're an expert in the field, but I actually am. This is a nuclear energy encyclopedia. I wrote some of the chapters in here. This is one of my first publications out of graduate school, so yeah. I wrote the chapter on Generation 4 gas-cooled fast reactors, and this is published by Wiley, so I am actually an expert in my field. Yes, I have basically a shrine to myself. No, that's not narcissistic. I actually modeled for a couple of years. I was with 4 models. At that point in time, I thought maybe that I didn't want to embrace my nerdiness and that I wanted to, you know, be cute and fashionable. And so I tried it out. I had some moderate success at it, but at the end of the day, I felt like I'd rather be known for my mind and embrace it for my mind and develop that than be known as a model. I mean, it's a really short shelf life. So, and plus, the people are cooler in engineering, definitely. You wouldn't think so, but yeah, definitely in engineering, people are cooler and smarter. I grew up in Miami, which is in the tropics, and I actually grew up fishing, cleaning fish. We had a coconut tree in our backyard, so I definitely know how to open a coconut. I'm a swimmer, but not so much like a lap swimmer, more of a survival swimmer. I'm very comfortable being outside and being in the sun, just from growing up in Miami. One of my favorite quotes is from the movie G.I. Jane. It's about a hard-charging, ball-kicking, ass-whooping woman. The quote that he says is, "I never saw a wild thing that felt sorry for itself." And that's kind of how I feel about my life. Like, that's my motto. I feel like when the going gets tough, I'm a tough person. So I stick it to it. I stick it out because I'm a wild thing and I don't feel sorry for myself. Well, I think Survivor is the adventure of a lifetime, and I'm all about adventures. I am ready to go out there and be who I am and tell you exactly what I think, and also the opportunity to win $1 million. So I'm excited about it. I hope you see what I see in myself, and I'm ready to be on Survivor and become the Soul Survivor.